Hey guys, what's up? Okay, this is going to finally be the full formal review of this sword, this Han Jian. Han Jian of mine that I have ordered a while ago. You guys have already seen it already. I did a very preliminary review of it, and now I'm going to do more of a full one now that I've had a couple of days to really mess around with it and kind of put it a bit through its paces. I will start off by saying that overall, I am really happy with this blade. This is the best sword I have ever owned. Now, granted, that may not be saying much depending on, your standpoint, because it's not like I'm a major sword collector. After all, I'm not a rich guy, and in fact, these days I'm quite poor. And the only reason why I was able to get this in the first place is because I paid for this way back at the beginning of this year when I actually still had some money. But I've actually handled several swords. I wouldn't call myself a major sword collector or sword expert by any means, but I'm used to handling Chinese swords. I've held those Lung Chuan knockoffs that I'm sure many people in the Chinese martial arts community know about. You know, those swords you tend to see in Chinatown with the wooden sheaths and the really thin brass fittings. You tend to see them from upwards from around from $30 to these days you can get them even cheaper than that. But I remember back when they averaged from $30 to $50. Yeah, I've handled swords like that. I've handled the Hanwei Chinese swords, like this Adam's Hue model here, which I've shown before, which is a decent training sword. Same thing with I got the old model practical Tai Chi sword. It's just a Jian, people. There's no such thing as a Tai Chi sword. It's just a sword. But yeah, I've handled those, and they handle really well, but they're made for training. They're not like swords. Chinese market has always been limited when it comes to getting top quality weapons. If you wanted to get quality weapons, the few places that offered them were very few and far between, and they were extremely expensive. You had to be willing to spend at least $1,000 to get yourself something that was actually worth talking about. It was the Japanese sword market that had reaped a lot of benefits. They tend to have people who buy katana tend to have, better options, way better options in Chinese martial arts when it comes to weapons. That's been true for years, especially in recent years with companies like Hanwei and Chenis, Cold Steel, what was it? I think it's called Second Generation, something like that. There's so many companies making katana for cheap, for around under $300, and you'll get something that, in my opinion, is comparable to a traditionally made sword that you'll be spending thousands of dollars on. Some people would disagree, but if you really think about it, when it comes to just simply cutting edge and durability, you can spend like $300, $400 on a katana, and performance-wise, it's not that much different from a traditionally made katana. The only difference is that a traditionally made katana is considered a work of art, so it's all personal preference. But that's getting away from the subject right now. We're talking about Chinese weapons. Like I said, Chinese martial arts really didn't have much, but I've been noticing the market's beginning to shift. These days, I guess because of a slowly but surely growing consciousness about what Chinese weapons are supposed to be like, we're beginning to see more and more weapons being made for martial artists on a budget that actually function the way they're supposed to function. Hanwei, I know, has been offering some high-quality Jian, but they wouldn't exactly, even they say that they wouldn't recommend those weapons for cutting. Even though they cost thousands of dollars, well, I shouldn't say thousands, but they're up there, like their Ming Dynasty sword, or their Qing, they have a sword that's supposed to represent different key periods of the Chinese dynasties, and all of them look very pretty, and they got an edge, but they're not really made for cutting. From what I've heard, the handles can't handle it, the shock can't handle it. The only companies I know of off the top of my head, I know of 3 companies, Zhongwu, which highly praised, and in fact the sword that I have here is based off a model that Forge first came out with. Qizhong, I believe, and it is a Z something. Hano, that's another company, by the way. I'll have the links on the side, alright? The links will be on the side, you'll see those forges. But they tend to have this, their swords tend to be pretty damn expensive. It's hard to get like a production Chinese sword. Enter Jin Shi and Garrett Chan, which is where I got this sword from. This was $300, which is pretty much right at that. It's right at the border of, a budget sword, a production sword for guys on a budget. And it cuts remarkably well. I again have to say that I love this weapon. It's ever since I got my hands on it, I just every day it shows me something new to marvel at. I'll quickly give up the what you call it, the sizes and the measurements of the sword, but I already did it in my last video. If you haven't seen that, the one where I first started talking about it, check it out. Generally, this blade, I asked for a 32-inch blade, though they tend to measure their blades over in China. It's all by centimeters. So this is an 82-centimeter blade. High carbon steel. It's actually 1095 steel, so this thing is pretty damn durable. It holds an edge well, remarkably well. Also, it's 2.5 pounds. I'm pretty sure it's around 2.5. I don't have an exact, you know, super highly accurate scale. I have like just a bathroom scale, but it's accurate enough, and it seems to be right at 2.5. The balance is amazing. I'll try to show it off here with my hand here. Really close to the handguard, as you can see. Let me go. As you can see there. It's wobbling a bit because my hand's moving. See? Right at the handguard. It's a remarkably fast sword. You'll see that when I start showing clips of me handling it and cutting with it. It's just a remarkable blade. Highly remarkable blade. It's just, and another thing I noticed about it is that despite its weight, like I said, the handling's great. In fact, I'm finding that I'd rather use this than my two training swords simply because I like the feel of it. It actually feels like I could do some damage with this. It feels the way a sword should. And like I said, this thing is sharp as hell. I'm about to show some clips of me cutting with it so you can get an idea of how sharp it is. I don't have any tatami mats. I'm too broke to get some. But I had a couple of plastic Snapple iced tea bottles and a milk jug. So I'll show you the cutting of that, and also I'll show you just how beautiful the handling is. You'll see that I can use this weapon pretty damn fast. So check out these clips.
Nice. Wow.
That's what you call sharp. So as you can see, it can cut. And I need to show you this real quick before the video's over. I cut with the top third of the blade, and look at it. I'm trying to show it as close as possible, but it still has that mirror polish. Not a scratch. Not a single blemish. No rolled edges. It cut true, and it's able to cut some more. And I've done a lot more cutting with this before I did that video, and it's holding up. It's not even rattling. It's well made. I do have to tell you though, there's one caveat. You might have noticed as I was showing you the blade that the tips of it snipped off. That happened earlier. I was doing a flex test with this. That's basically when you test, you try to slowly bend the blade to see if it will snap back true. And overall, the flex test came out well. It did snap back true. The only problem is when I stuck it into the piece of wood, and it went in pretty damn deep, while I was bending it, the tip snapped off. Now, I told Garrett about this, and he wasn't happy at all. He was highly upset, because he was like, that should not happen. It's a mono steel, thoroughly hardened blade. That means there's a flaw in there. And he even advised me, don't even use it anymore, because it's probably messed with. I examined the blade. There's no other cracks or anything in there. But he was like, nah, that should not have freaking happened. So he's replacing the sword for free. I'm not lying to you. He is replacing my sword. I mean, he's not telling me to send this one back. He's telling me to keep this one, but he's sending me another sword, saying that you should not have gotten that for the money you paid. I paid $300, and he's like, that tip should not have broken off. I put another flex test on this, by the way, and it's holding true, but he's still like, nah, the hell with that. You're getting a new sword. That's customer service, people. I don't know what else to say about the type of service you would get from getting a blade from this guy. And he needs the business. He really does. So, overall, like I said at the beginning, I'm really happy with the sword. I'm very happy with the service. And I suggest if you guys are interested in weapons like this, jump on it. So, that's my review. Catch you guys later.